The night side of Earth was peaceful, dark, and silent. City lights glowed like tiny stars on the surface. Satellites moved on their usual paths. Everything seemed normal. Until the shadow appeared. At first, the object looked like a broken moon. It drifted slowly, without lights, without engine heat, without any normal signs of life. Only when it crossed in front of the sun did Earth notice its true size. It was an alien ship. A giant one. Silent. Damaged. Barely holding together. In Earth's Defense Command Center, alarms screamed instantly. Unknown vessel detected. Massive size. No ID tag, a young operator shouted. Commander Lin, a tall woman with sharp eyes, rushed to the main screen. Her hands tightened around the table. Is it armed? Negative. No active weapons. No engine power. It's drifting. The alien ship rotated slowly, showing deep cracks along its hull. Something had hit it. Then, without warning, the ship released 3 massive crates into Earth's orbit. They were black metal boxes, each the size of a football stadium. Strange glowing symbols moved across the surface like living tattoos. Every early scan gave the same message. Contaminated. Do not approach. Earth panicked. In India, scientists believed it was a biological attack. In the US, military leaders thought it was a trap. In Europe, governments began preparing underground bunkers. Commander Lin stayed calm, but her voice was tense. Activate long-range scanners. I want to know what's inside those crates. Her team worked fast. The crates rotated in space, releasing thin, green mist from tiny vents. The mist didn't fall to Earth. It stayed around the crates like glowing fog. The crates were not just dangerous. They were alive. Inside the scanner room of the Defense Center, Mia Torres, the sensor specialist, frowned at the data on her screen. Commander, she said slowly, I'm getting energy readings inside the crates. What kind of energy? Lin asked. That's the problem. I don't know. It's not radioactive. It's not chemical. Mia leaned closer to the screen. It looks organic. Commander Lin felt a chill run up her spine. Are you telling me something is alive in there? Yes, ma'am, Mia whispered. Something is moving. Around the world, everyone stopped breathing. The alien ship had dropped 3 contaminated crates. And something inside those crates was alive. Earth sent drones first. The drones moved around the crates carefully, scanning every inch. As they approached, the alien symbols glowed brighter, almost reacting to the presence of humans. Commander, Mia said nervously, I'm detecting heartbeat patterns. Lin's head snapped toward her. Heartbeat? How many? Mia's voice shook as she answered. Thousands. The entire command room went silent. Run the scan again, Lin ordered. Mia did. The numbers didn't change. Commander, these are human heartbeats. Fear. Confusion. No one spoke for several seconds. What do you mean human? Lin demanded. Mia showed the data. The heartbeat rhythm, oxygen pattern, temperature. Everything matches human children. Lin stared at the screen horrified. How many? Mia swallowed hard. All 3 crates combined, approximately 12,000. 12,000 human heartbeats. Inside alien contaminated crates. In low Earth orbit. Commander Lin felt her blood turn cold. Where did they come from? She whispered. The government began checking global records. They searched old missing person data, lost child reports, and secret files that were hidden from the public. The numbers matched. Over the last 20 years, 12,000 children had disappeared from Earth. Quietly. Mysteriously. No explanation. No kidnappers. No bodies. Everyone believed they were victims of crime or trafficking. But now the truth stared at Earth from orbit. The aliens had taken them. And now, for some unknown reason, the aliens had brought them back. Commander Lin's voice was steady but tight. Prepare a rescue team. Full hazmat suits. Shield the approach. A small rescue shuttle launched from the International Orbital Base. As it approached the first crate, the pilots could see it clearly. A black metal wall, covered in glowing alien runes and red warnings. The surface was cracked in places as if something inside had hit it repeatedly. The crate was breathing. Not like a machine. Like something alive. The pilot whispered, I don't like this. The shuttle positioned itself at the front of the first crate. A faint light leaked from inside the cracks. Commander, Mia said through the radio, voice trembling, I am hearing sounds. Lin frowned. What kind of sounds? Mia turned up the audio. Everyone in the command room froze. It was the sound of small hands banging weakly on metal. And soft, trembling voices calling for help. Open, please, help us. Commander Lin's throat tightened. Open the crate, she ordered. The rescue team activated the override. The crate groaned. Metal screamed. The massive doors slowly split open, releasing a cold wave of pale blue light. And then the truth was revealed. Inside the crate, thousands of thin, pale children sat in tight rows, staring out with hollow eyes. Some were crying. Some were too weak to move. Some had strange glowing marks on their skin. All of them looked terrified. The pilot dropped his microphone in shock. Mia whispered the only word she could find. Commander, these are Earth's missing children. The rescue team stood frozen at the open crate door. The pale blue light washed over their hazmat suits, making them look ghost-like. The children inside stared at them, not moving, not speaking. It felt like time itself had stopped. Commander Lin finally found her voice. Team 1 enters slowly. Do not frighten them. The rescue team stepped into the crate. The air inside was cold, almost freezing. Their breathing fogged inside their helmets. The floor was metal, covered with thin layers of frost. The children were sitting in perfect lines, as if they had been arranged like objects instead of humans. Boys and girls of different ages. Some looked like teenagers, others no older than 5. A small girl near the front blinked weakly at the rescuers. Her lips trembled. Are you from Earth? She whispered. The question hit everyone like a punch to the chest. Yes, the lead rescuer said softly. We're here to take you home. Some children began to cry. Others just stared with empty eyes, too drained to feel anything. As the rescuers moved deeper inside, Mia Torres monitored vitals from the command center. Commander, she said, their heart rates are very low. Many are dehydrated. Some show signs of long-term starvation. Commander Lin clenched her fists. These children were not passengers, they were prisoners. Inside the crate, a boy slowly stood. His legs shook and the rescuer quickly grabbed him before he fell. What happened to you? The rescuer asked gently. The boy opened his mouth. His voice was dry, cracked. They took us, years ago. We didn't know where we were. There were bright lights, and needles, and machines everywhere. The rescuer felt his stomach twist. Another child, older, maybe 15, stepped forward. She had glowing blue lines across her skin, thin, delicate patterns like alien circuits. They said we were sick, she whispered. They said we were contaminated. They kept us in rooms without windows, dark rooms. The rescue team exchanged horrified looks. Back at command center, the medical officer spoke quickly. Commander, I'm reading foreign DNA strands in some of these children. These glowing marks, they might be results of genetic experiments. Lin's jaw tightened. The aliens had experimented on Earth's children. The rescuers carefully helped groups of children stand. Some could walk. Others had to be carried. A few were unconscious but breathing. Suddenly, a strange humming sound filled the crate. The children panicked. Many covered their ears. Some curled into tight balls on the floor. The lead rescuer shouted, "What is that sound?" A young boy answered with a trembling whisper. "It means they're watching us." The rescuers froze. They? One asked. Who is watching? The boy raised a shaking finger toward a small metal sphere hanging from the roof. It glowed red. Before anyone could react, the sphere projected an image into the air, a hologram of an alien creature with long limbs and sharp, insect-like features. Its eyes glowed yellow, and its voice echoed like metal scraping. Return the contaminated subjects. Earth is not authorized to keep experimental units. Commander Lin heard the transmission in the command center. Her heart pounded. Cut that feed, she snapped. The hologram flickered and died as the rescue team destroyed the sphere with a quick pulse charge. The children gasped, some in fear, some in relief. But the damage was done. The aliens knew Earth was retrieving the children. And they were watching. A girl with glowing marks reached for the rescuer's arm. They always return, she said quietly. When the red light watches us, the Raktor come back. Mia's voice cracked through the comms. Commander, did she say Raktor? Lin nodded slowly. The Raktor Empire was known across deep space channels. Violent, cruel, interested only in biological research and combat evolution. Commander, Mia continued, voice shaking, we're picking up movement near the alien ship. Everyone turned to the main screen. The damaged alien mothership, silent since it appeared, was now glowing faintly. Small lights moved across its hull like awakening nerves. It's powering up, an operator yelled. The command center erupted into panic. The rescue team hurriedly loaded children into the shuttle. Each seat filled fast. The pilots warned they were reaching maximum capacity. Leave no one, Commander Lin ordered. Bring every single child. Another humming sound came from the crate, louder this time. Metallic panels on the walls began to shift, forming strange, glowing shapes. A little girl screamed, "They're coming! They're coming back!" The rescuers grabbed the last few children and ran. The shuttle doors closed. "Launch now," the pilot yelled. The shuttle burst away from the crate just as a red beam shot out of the alien ship, scanning the area where the children had been. Commander Lin watched the screen. "The Raktor know we have them," she whispered. Mia turned pale. "Commander, the alien ship is opening a communication channel." Lin took a deep breath and answered. A cold, mechanical alien voice filled the room. "Return our experimental subjects, or Earth will be sterilized." The entire command center froze in horror. Humanity had found their missing children. But now, the aliens wanted them back. The alien message echoed through the command center like a death sentence. "Return our experimental subjects, or Earth will be sterilized." Commander Lin stared at the screen, her jaw tight, her heartbeat loud in her ears. No one in the room dared to speak. The threat was clear. If Earth kept the children, the Raktor would destroy the entire planet. "Cut communication," Lin ordered quietly. The audio died, leaving the room in a heavy silence. Mia Torres turned from her console, face pale. "Commander, the Raktor ship is charging energy. Not weapons yet, but something big." "How much time do we have?" Lin asked. "Minutes, maybe less." The rescue shuttle carrying the children raced toward Earth's orbital station. Inside, the atmosphere was tense. Children cried. Some shook uncontrollably. A few stared blankly as if too traumatized to react. A young boy sat pressed against the wall, whispering to himself. "They always punish us when we try to escape. They always hurt us." The lead rescuer knelt beside him. "You're safe now. You're going home." The boy shook his head slowly. "No, they won't let us go. They never let anyone go." At that moment, the shuttle lights flickered. A strange signal pulsed through the cabin. "Commander, we're getting interference," the pilot reported through the comms. Mia checked her monitors. "It's the Raktor. They're trying to track the children through implants." Commander Lin's eyes widened. "Implants?" Back in the shuttle, the kids suddenly cried out. Pain struck several of them at the same time. Glowing marks on their skin brightened like burning lines. A teenage girl grabbed her head, screaming. "They're calling us, they're calling our minds." The rescuer held her tightly. "Stay with us. Fight it." Her voice trembled. "We weren't just prisoners. We were experiments." The shuttle slammed into docking position with the orbital station. Medical crews rushed in, lifting children out one by one. Some were conscious. Some were barely breathing. Earth's top scientists were waiting. Dr. Yara Levin, a genetic expert, gasped when she saw the glowing patterns on the children's skin. "This is not natural," she whispered. "This is engineered DNA." Commander Lin stepped beside her. "Doctor, I need answers. What did the Raktor do to them?" Dr. Levin scanned one of the unconscious boys. The machine beeped rapidly. "They combined human DNA with alien immune cells," she said. "They were trying to create a hybrid, something stronger, resistant to alien diseases and weapons." Lin felt sick. "And these 12,000 children were test subjects?" "Yes," Levin said. "And from what I'm seeing, many of the experiments failed. The Raktor returned them because they saw them as contaminated waste." Lin's stomach twisted with rage. "They kidnapped Earth's children, tortured them, used them as lab material." In another wing of the station, Mia called out urgently. "Commander, you need to see this." Lin rushed to the observation window. Beyond the glass, the alien mothership fully powered on. Red veins of energy pulsed across its hull. Mia pointed at the readings. "The Raktor didn't come here by accident. They planned this. They wanted to return the failed children before starting something else." "Something else?" Lin asked. Mia swallowed hard. "The ship is charging a planetary scan. If they detect more children with altered DNA on Earth, they might quarantine or destroy the planet." Lin looked at the thousands of terrified children behind the glass walls of the medical bay. "We have to stop them," she whispered. Inside the medical area, one of the older children, the girl with bright glowing patterns on her skin, suddenly sat up straight. Her eyes turned pale blue. Machines around her beeped wildly. Dr. Levin ran to her. "Are you okay?" The girl didn't respond. Instead, she spoke in a cold, flat voice. "The Raktor are not done with us." Lin moved closer. "What do you know about them?" The girl looked up slowly, tears mixing with fear. They didn't just test us. They taught us. They forced us to understand their technology. They made us memorize their systems, their ships, their codes. The room went silent. And now, she whispered, they want us back because we are not failures. Commander Lin leaned in. Why do they want you back? The girl took a long, shaking breath. Because some of us are too powerful now. Everyone froze. What do you mean? Dr. Levin asked softly. The girl lifted her hand. The glowing lines on her skin brightened. A medical tray several feet away began shaking, and then lifted into the air. The whole room gasped. I didn't want this, she cried softly. They changed us. Commander Lin exchanged shocked looks with her officers. The Raktor hadn't just experimented on the children. They had created something new. Mia's voice suddenly cut through the comms. Commander, new ships detected. Multiple Raktor vessels incoming. Lin's heart pounded. They're bringing reinforcements, Mia added. This is an extraction mission. They're coming to take the children back. Lin looked at the young girl with glowing marks. How many children have abilities like this? The girl wiped her tears. A lot of us. She paused. And they will not stop until they recover everyone. Commander Lin took a deep breath. Then humanity has only one choice. The room leaned in. We protect these children. No matter the cost. Dr. Lena stood frozen in front of the transparent capsule. She had seen thousands of strange things in her scientific career, alien spores, dead planets, mutated organisms, but never a living child who looked like this. The boy inside the capsule opened his eyes. They were bright silver, glowing like soft metal. Not dangerous. Not hostile. Just different. Captain Rourke lowered his gun slowly. His hands were shaking. Even the strongest soldiers hesitated when facing the unknown. Is he human? Rourke whispered. Dr. Lena leaned closer to the glass. Yes, but something has changed in him. The boy blinked, confused, weak. He looked like he had just woken up from a dream that lasted years. Then the capsule lights turned orange. A robotic voice spoke. Subject 001, revival complete. The capsule doors slid open with a hiss. The boy took a long breath of earth air, his first breath in who knew how long. He stepped out, barefoot, wearing only a thin silver suit. Everyone stood silent. Even the soldiers who were trained to fear nothing felt a chill. The boy looked around the lab slowly, then his eyes fixed on Dr. Lena. He pointed a shaking finger at her and whispered, "They are coming." Those 3 words hit everyone like a bullet. Dr. Lena leaned down, her voice gentle. Who is coming? The boy swallowed hard. His voice was thin but clear. The ones who took us. The ones who made the crates. They will come back for us. The room went dead silent. Dr. Lena felt her heartbeat speed up. Children inside the crates, revived after years, altered somehow, and now this? Commander Hayes stepped forward. Kid, what's your name? The boy looked confused for a second, then answered, Eli. Eli, Hayes said carefully, how long were you inside the crate? Eli frowned. I don't know. Time didn't work the same in there. Dr. Lena exchanged a tense glance with Hayes. The aliens had not only taken the children, they had experimented with their perception of time. What did they do to you? Dr. Lena asked softly. Eli hugged himself, shivering. They changed our bodies. They gave us light. They said we were the future, the ones who would reshape worlds. Rourke's grip on his gun tightened. Future for what? He asked. Eli's silver eyes met his. To replace them. A cold ripple went through the entire room. Replace the aliens? Replace humanity? Replace what? Dr. Lena crouched lower. Eli, why did they leave you here? Why in Earth's orbit? Eli looked down. They said Earth needed a test. If Earth passed the test, they would return. What test? Rourke asked sharply. Eli hesitated. Dr. Lena placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. It's okay. You're safe. You can tell us. The boy's voice trembled. They wanted to see if humans would save us, or destroy us. Everyone froze. It all made sense now. The contaminated warning on the crates. The dangerous-looking design. The alien tech. The silent orbit. It wasn't a threat. It was a trap. A psychological test. Commander Hayes muttered under his breath. Those bastards. Dr. Lena steadied herself. Eli, we saved you. So that means Earth passed the test, right? But Eli shook his head slowly. They said, it only counts if all the children live. A chill struck the room. There were 12,000 children in those crates. And if even a few didn't survive, what happens if they don't? Hayes asked. Eli's voice was barely a whisper. They will destroy Earth. The room erupted in panic. Rourke slammed his fist on the table. We need to get NASA, military, everyone on emergency alert now. Technicians ran to consoles. Red lights flashed. Hayes activated global emergency protocols. Messages went across the world, scientific labs, space forces, world governments. Dr. Lena held Eli's shoulders. Eli, these aliens, what do they want from Earth? Eli looked straight into her eyes. They said Earth is a violent planet. They want to see if humans can protect something innocent, without fighting. Rourke scoffed. We protect children, we don't need aliens to test us. But Eli interrupted. No. You don't understand. His silver eyes glowed brighter. They gave us abilities, powers, gifts. But if any child loses control, even one, the aliens will see it as failure. Dr. Lena felt the blood drain from her face. What kind of powers? Eli closed his eyes, and the lights in the lab flickered. Machines hummed. Screens glowed. Metal instruments lifted a few inches off the tables. Rourke gasped. Telekinesis. Eli opened his eyes. I can't stop it sometimes. And I'm one of the stable ones. Hayes looked terrified. What about the other children? Eli's answer made the entire room fall silent. Some of them are not awake yet. And some of them are angry. Dr. Lena felt her heart drop. If even one child woke up in fear, confusion, or rage, the aliens' test would fail. And Earth would pay the price. Hayes turned to the team. Move. We need to secure all revival chambers now. Every crate must be opened safely. But Eli suddenly grabbed Dr. Lena's hand, his grip surprisingly strong. It's too late. Dr. Lena knelt down. What? What's too late? Eli pointed toward the sky. Because the aliens are already watching. A massive alarm rang across the base. A deep, rumbling warning that no one had heard before. The sky outside turned bright white. Something huge had arrived. Something waiting for humanity's next move. The alarm blared through the entire base, deep, shaking, almost like the ground itself was growling. Everyone inside the lab spun toward the glass window. The sky above the facility had turned white. Not bright. Not sunny. White, like a giant light was swallowing the clouds. Commander Hayes rushed to the window first. Tell me that's not what I think it is. But Dr. Lena already knew. A massive circular shadow was forming inside that white glow. It grew larger and larger, stretching across the sky like a dark eclipse. Captain Rourke whispered, "That's a ship. That's a mothership." Technicians screamed for orders. Soldiers grabbed weapons. Scientists backed away from monitors as alien symbols began appearing across every screen. Eli, the silver-eyed boy, stood in the middle of the chaos, completely still. Like he expected this. Dr. Lena turned to him, trying hard to keep her voice calm. Eli, is that them? Eli nodded slowly. They came faster than they ever told us. They are watching the moment humans wake all the children. Hayes cursed. We're not ready. Half the crates are still sealed. Rourke checked his rifle. We can move the children to the shelter. But Eli cut him off. No. They don't want you to hide us. The boy turned toward the giant, glowing sky. They want to see how you protect us while they watch. Dr. Lena felt her breath catch. This whole time, this was a test of humanity's heart. Eli nodded. And a test of our control. Before anyone could respond, the ground shook violently. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lights flickered. Outside, the gigantic alien ship finally broke through the white glow, slowly, silently, impossibly massive. Everyone froze. It wasn't shaped like human ships with engines and wings. It looked alive. Its surface rippled like muscle under metal skin. Thousands of glowing blue veins pulsed across its body. Symbols shifted like moving tattoos. Lights blinked in patterns that felt intelligent. Rourke whispered, "That's not a ship, it's a creature." Eli shook his head. "It's both. They grow their ships. They live inside them." Hayes backed away from the window. "If they attack, Earth is finished." Dr. Lena tried to stay focused. "We need to wake the rest of the children before the aliens decide we're too slow." Rourke frowned. "But what if waking them causes panic?" "It's more dangerous to keep them sealed," Lena insisted. "Their bodies might destabilize." Eli said they were changed. "They need room to breathe." Eli nodded again. "They changed our DNA. They made us stronger than humans. Faster. More aware. But the change can break us if we're scared. Hayes snapped into action. All right. Split into teams. Open every crate. Calm every child. No shouting. No weapons near them unless absolutely necessary. Rourke protested. Hayes, that's risky. This entire planet is at risk, Hayes growled. We do this right or Earth burns. The base exploded into motion. Teams ran toward the storage hall where rows of alien crates waited. Metal doors slid open. Lights flashed red. Technicians rushed to override alien locks. Dr. Lena grabbed Eli's hand. You're coming with me. You can talk to them. You can help calm them. Eli looked scared, but he nodded. As they ran down the hallway, the entire building shook again, this time harder. A booming sound echoed from outside, like something massive settling into place. Eli murmured, "They are anchoring the ship." "What does that mean?" Rourke shouted. "They are preparing to judge Earth." They reached the crate chamber. It was enormous, like a warehouse built for giants. Hundreds of tall silver capsules lined the walls, each one containing a sleeping child. Alien lights pulsed along the floor and ceiling, reacting to the mothership's presence. Soldiers and scientists were already unlocking the first rows. One capsule slid open with a hiss. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, floated inside. Not lying. Not sitting. Floating. As if gravity didn't fully control her. Her eyes opened slowly, glowing faint pink. She looked terrified. Dr. Lena stepped forward gently. "It's okay. You're safe. You're on Earth." The girl's breath grew fast. Her hands shook. The lights in the room flickered. Eli approached her quietly. "It's okay. I'm here. Just follow my breathing." The girl looked at Eli. Something in her expression changed, like she recognized him from the alien facility. She calmed slightly. The lights steadied. Dr. Lena exhaled in relief. "That's it, good?" Across the room, more capsules opened. Children woke crying, confused, shaking, and glowing. The air hummed with invisible energy. Machines rattled. Metal groaned. If even one child panicked, the entire room could explode with power. Hayes shouted orders, but quietly. "No sudden moves. Keep your voices soft." Rourke tried helping a boy who couldn't stand properly, but as he touched the boy's arm, sparks flew from the child's skin. Rourke yanked his hand back, shocked. "Damn, they're charged like batteries." Eli looked at the boy and whispered, "They don't know how to control it yet." Suddenly, a deafening roar shook the building. Everyone looked up. A beam of white light shot down from the alien mothership, striking the ground beside the facility. A perfect circle burned into the earth. Eli's face went pale. "They've started the countdown?" Dr. Lena grabbed his shoulders. "How long do we have?" Eli whispered. "Until they decide humans failed, maybe minutes." Everyone felt the same cold fear. Earth's fate now depended on one impossible task. Calm thousands of modified children. Before an alien species judged humanity unworthy. Outside, the mothership turned its massive glowing eye toward the base, watching every move. Judging. Waiting. And preparing for the final decision. The ground trembled again, longer, deeper, like the planet itself was frightened. Everyone inside the cargo chamber stopped what they were doing and looked upward. The alien mothership had opened a massive circular port on its underside. Blue energy gathered inside it, swirling like a storm. Commander Hayes whispered, "That looks like a planet-killer weapon." Rourke clenched his fists. "If they fire that, Earth won't survive." Dr. Lena turned to Eli, her voice shaking. "Eli, tell me there is a way to stop this." Eli's silver eyes reflected the glow coming from the ship. "There is," he said softly. "But the children must speak for Earth. They must show the aliens that humans protect their own." Hayes frowned. "Speak? They're terrified. They can't even stand properly." Eli shook his head. "Not speak with mouth. Speak with energy. With their hearts." Rourke looked around the chamber. Hundreds of children were awake now, shivering, confused, glowing faintly. Some floated. Some cried. Some held onto each other with small shaking hands. The air was thick with strange alien energy. Dr. Lena whispered, "We have to calm them, all of them at the same time?" Eli nodded. Hayes muttered, "That's impossible." "No," Eli said. "It's not. But I need your help." Everyone stared at him. Eli stepped into the center of the chamber. The floor lights reacted instantly, glowing brighter beneath his feet. All the children turned toward him, drawn by something they all shared, something deep in their altered DNA. Eli raised his small hand. And the room went silent. Even the machine stopped humming. He spoke softly, but his voice carried like a warm wind. You are safe. You are home. You are not alone. The children's glowing eyes softened. Some stopped trembling. Some lowered their hands. Some took slow breaths. Energy stopped sparking. Light steadied. Dr. Lena felt tears in her eyes. Commander Hayes whispered, "It's working." But above them, the mothership's massive energy weapon brightened even more. Rourke shouted, "They're still charging it." Eli looked up at the ceiling. "We must answer them," he said. "We must all answer. Together." He turned back to the children. "Please, follow me." He closed his eyes. His body began glowing, not bright but soft, calm, white light. One by one the other children did the same. Slowly, the entire chamber filled with a soft white glow that felt warm, peaceful, alive. Dr. Lena stepped back, overwhelmed. "It's beautiful." Hayes watched in awe. "It's like they're sharing their souls." The children lifted their hands. Energy rose from them, not wild, not violent, but gentle and controlled. A wave of calm light spread across the room, rising upward like a pillar. Eli whispered, "Send the message. Tell them we choose peace." The pillar shot upward, through the ceiling, through the sky, straight into the belly of the alien mothership. The giant ship paused. The weapon light flickered. The ship's blue veins pulsed rapidly, then slowed, like a heartbeat easing. Finally, the weapon powered down. The bright circle of death faded completely. Dr. Lena collapsed to her knees in relief. They stopped. They actually stopped. Outside, the mothership began changing color. The dark metal turned faint silver. The runes glowed gently. The entire ship tilted as if bowing. Rourke stared in shock. "Are they showing respect?" Eli nodded. "That is their sign of acceptance. They saw the children's light. They saw your effort to protect us. Earth passed their test." Hayes exhaled hard. "Thank God." But Eli's expression grew sad. "This is not the end." Everyone froze. "What do you mean?" Dr. Lena whispered. Eli looked at all the humans, Lena, Hayes, Rourke, the soldiers, the scientists. "The aliens left us here for a reason. We are not normal children anymore. We are something new. A bridge between humans and the stars." Hayes frowned. "You're saying they want you to stay here?" Eli shook his head slowly. "They want us to choose. To stay here with humans. Or to join them among the stars." The children looked around the room, scared, hopeful, confused. Dr. Lena knelt beside Eli. "What do you want?" Eli looked at her with soft eyes. "I want to stay. But I also want to help protect both worlds." The mothership sent down a single beam of soft blue light that scanned across the facility, gentle, not threatening. Then slowly, silently, the massive ship lifted upward, rising back into the clouds, leaving Earth unharmed. As it disappeared into the sky, its final message echoed in Eli's mind. "We will return when the children decide." Dr. Lena touched his shoulder. "We'll protect you. All of you. You're home now." Eli smiled faintly, the first real smile since he arrived on Earth. But far above them, in the cold dark sky, a faint silver shape hovered in the distance, watching. The aliens had spared Earth. For now. Because humanity had proved one thing. They do not abandon their children. Even 12,000 of them. And the universe had heard the message.